got to choose to go back.
Proponents from both sides of the issue were out in force. Also on the local front, a 16-year-old boy filed suit against his parents today in a case poised to set legal history.
Can't stand much more of this.
Hurry up, Dad! We're gonna be late for school!
Bye. Well, sure, we're all gonna be late. Because I gotta spend time talking on the phone to my lawyer.
It's okay for me to live with daily seizures, but it's not okay for your lives to get a little ruffled. Is that it? I'm sick and tired of fighting about this all the time!
Dad, maybe it would be better if Kellen moved out for just a few days.
No.
It's better than all of us being at each other's throats.
I said no.
I'm going anyway.
Now, you get in this car. Get in!
I'm moving out. Well, you're not? Well, yes, I am. And I'd get a court order if I have to.
Harvey, get in the car. Hi there. You must be Kellen?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Richard.
Welcome.
Here, you get that.
Glad you found us. Come
Yeah, nice place.
Thanks. Oh, Susie called. I invited her up to dinner. Because this is a juvenile proceeding, we can have the press excluded, but frankly, I was hoping the publicity would encourage your parents to settle out of court.
Okay.
You okay? Don't stay up too late.
Okay.
You nervous? No. Then stop clenching your jaw.
I'm not clenching. I'm exercising.
You're clenching.
I was thinking about Harvey.
What about him?
I don't know. I mean, he's caught up in all of this, and no one's thinking about him.
You have enough to worry about without worrying about Harvey. You're suing your parents. It takes a lot of guts. I'm very proud of you.
You gonna be there tomorrow?
If you like.
Full moon tonight.
Bring out the wolf in you.
We should probably get going. I got a big day tomorrow.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
It's a date.
Wait a minute. Here he is. Kellen, this way. Kellen, this way, man.
Will you move back with your parents if you do?
You hate your parents.
No comment.
You see yourself as an example of American
Time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make it easy.
Nothing now. Take it easy.
Look out, sir! What do you think about all All rise.
The matter of Kellen Taylor, case P105-86.
Let the record show that the parties are present.
In the Sampson case, the court ordered the parents to allow cosmetic surgery to proceed for a young boy whose face was so disfigured that he could not lead a normal life. Clearly not a life-threatening situation. Indeed, disfigurement is trivial compared to the torture that my client will suffer if this court does not clear the way for his surgery. No dungeon can compare to Kellen's claustrophobic terror of Grand Mal seizure. A primal spasm beside which our darkest nightmares pale.
Setting aside legal semantics for just a moment, what this case boils down to is the question of who has the right to make medical decisions on behalf of this 16-year-old boy. A minor child cannot legally consent to medical treatment unless it is a specifically defined special circumstances, which this case clearly is not. This is not just the law of the state. It's the law of nature. It's the mother dove who must decide when her chick is ready to leave the nest. And if the fledgling climbs out on his own, before he's ready to fly, he will fall to his death.
Doctor, you've testified that commissurotomy poses unique surgical risks. But isn't it also true that some 1.3% of all persons with epilepsy die every year from injuries sustained during seizures?
I question your statistics. A specific percentage is almost impossible to pinpoint.
And isn't it also true, Doctor, that less than 1% of all commissurotomy patients die as a result of surgery?
Again, your statistical methodology.
All right, Doctor, let's skip the numerical tap dance. Generally speaking, isn't it true that commissurotomy is less life-threatening than uncontrolled grand mal epilepsy?
Yes.
No further questions.
Mr. Goodman?
Now, you've already testified about the dangers of the commissurotomy process, Doctor. What about the after effects?
There have been reports of memory loss, disorientation, difficulty with mathematical tasks. One patient reported disconnection between his hands.
Could you be a little more explicit?
He reported trying to get dressed in the morning and having one hand pull up his pants while the other tried to pull them down.
Now, would you call this normal behavior, Doctor?
It's rare. Even for commissurotomy patients.
There you go.
Thank you.
What do you want to do about dinner?
I don't know. I hadn't planned anything.
I don't want to go to Hung Far Lows again. The way they stare at me, I feel like some kind of a criminal.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Want to see my picture?
Sure, honey. Oh, it's very nice, Harvey. Bad?
That's very nice.
Dad,
Mm-hmm.
can I borrow your Sgt. Pepper album?
No, that's not such a good idea.
Why not?
Because you scratched the last album you borrowed. Now they're talking about transferring me out of grants into tax litigation.
But you hated all that.
Tell me about it.
Why do they want to move you?
Too much publicity from the case. Something about corporate image.
It's ridiculous. Oh, my God.
What's going on?
Harvey, why? Huh? Talk to me.
Why should I? You don't talk to me.
What's that supposed to mean?
How come the newspaper knew about Kellen before I did?
You're 9 years old.
Kellen's my brother. How old do you have to be to get in this family?
If you felt left out, you should have said something.
A lot of good it would do me. You only care about Kellen.
Oh, baby. I'm sorry. Your life's been turned upside down by this, too, hasn't it?
How about if you come to court with us tomorrow? I know it hasn't been easy for you. Having to leave all your friends, give up your big room, get used to a whole new school, all because of Kellen's treatment.
It's not that bad.
We love you so much. Don't you know that? Hmm?
You know, this really is pretty good.
I got an A in that.
Yeah? I don't know if it's that good.
Oh!
Dr. Tobin, would you please tell the court why you so strongly recommend commissurotomy for Kellen Taylor?
Kellen has had a 6-month remission from grand mal seizures. As a doctor, I've got to consider the effects of a resumption of daily convulsions on his mental and emotional stability. The stress could dramatically increase the frequency of his seizures, and this in turn further increases his physical danger. Grand mal seizures can, after all, result in serious injury or even death. You must understand that from a medical standpoint, Kellen Taylor is a classic commissurotomy candidate, and as such, he's extremely rare. There's no question in my mind that Kellen will opt for this surgery in 2 years if this court does not let him have it now. If there were no legal issues involved, my medical opinion would be that 2 additional years of seizures will unnecessarily jeopardize Kellen.
No further questions.
Mr. Goodman?
Dr. Tobin, have you ever performed a cerebral commissurotomy?
No, but I've assisted in 4 of them.
But you've never performed one?
No.
Doesn't that concern you, Doctor?
It's a fairly straightforward...
Just answer the question, yes or no, Doctor.
No.
Have you ever actively participated in a controlled follow-up study of commissurotomy patients?
No, as I said, I've assisted. These weren't my patients.
Ever examined a recovered commissurotomy patient?
Yes, I have. Just this morning.
This morning?
Yes.
Was this, by any chance, an opportunity provided by the attorney for the petitioner?
Yes, it was.
And would you say that this patient was perfectly normal, unharmed in every mental capacity?
You tell me. He's sitting in his courtroom.
Your Honor, may we recess?
Well, it is almost lunchtime. Court will recess till 2 o'clock.
You scared?
A little. I mean, it's really weird to think that someone's gonna saw into my skull and then start slicing around in it.
You know, even if you win, there's no law that says you have to have the surgery.
My parents would kill me.
That's hardly reason to let some bozo slice your brain in two.
It's really scary, I admit. But that doesn't matter if you think about...
It's all right. Just stand back. He'll be okay. Move the table, please.
Here, take my billfold. Put it in his mouth.
Don't put anything in his mouth. No, you must never put anything in the mouth. Somebody please move the table.
I don't know. What else can you do?
Kellen.
All right.
I'm here, Kellen. Just Just remember to breathe. I'm right here. I'm right here. It's okay, Kellen. I'm right here. And just remember to breathe. You're gonna be okay. Everything's fine. Just breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. In. I'm right here with you. I'm right here. That's it. Breathe. Everything's gonna be okay, Kellen.
Your Honor, the petitioner would like to request a recess until tomorrow morning.
On what grounds?
Kellen has had a grand mal seizure.
You hanging in?
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Poor kid.
Mom, what are you doing up?
Why can't Kellen have the operation so he can come home?
It's a very serious operation, sweetheart. We're worried for Kellen.
Could Kellen die?
Come here. Boy. It's gonna be okay.
You're still here.
I wanted to be here when you woke up. You surprised?
You never know how someone's gonna react to a seizure.
Well, you've been asleep for like 8 hours.
I feel like I've been run over by a truck.
You hungry?
A little.
Now, let me go downstairs and fix you something neat, okay?
I dreamed that you took me bowling.
Did we have a good time?
Yeah. Then my dad showed up and ate my bowling ball.
I didn't know you liked to bowl.
I don't know that I do. I've never tried it.
There's sure a lot of things you've never tried.
It's only human.
Yeah. But not everybody has an excuse to get away with it like you do.
You call epilepsy an excuse?
There's no reason not to go bowling.
I could have a seizure.
Well, that's what you used to say about jogging. Till your doctor said it was okay.
You know, it was you who made it okay. Not my doctor. Maybe I do worry too much.
It's only human.
And in your everyday life, do you notice a difference between the way you function today and the way you functioned before your commissurotomy?
I have some trouble connecting names with faces since the surgery, but other than that, I don't notice much difference. Except, of course, my grand mal seizures have stopped.
Entirely?
Yes, ma'am. I still have some petites, but I've been able to control them pretty well with drugs.
Eli, we've heard evidence that the two halves of your brain have been almost completely separated. Are you saying you notice no major difference in your mental functioning?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Mom and Dad really freaked when you had your seizure.
I know, Mom called me yesterday morning.
And this morning, when the doctor talked about how many people died from epilepsy, I got scared.
Oh, come on. I'm not gonna die.
How do you know?
Because my history grade is still in the toilet. Dad would kill me if I died.
You know, we really miss you.
I miss you too, boss.
And I'm sorry about some of the things I said.
Well, I said some stuff too. Let's just forget about it, okay? Oh, you will.
You okay?
Yeah.
Come on, Harv.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Dr. Leonard Faraday, Eli's neurosurgeon, to the stand.
Proceed.
Eli, can you see anything?
No.
Would you hold out your hands, please? I'm placing an object in your left hand. Can you tell me what you're holding?
I don't know.
Doctor, in lay terms, could you give us the medical explanation for what we've just seen?
Well, Eli's left hand is connected to the right side of his brain, but he has almost no language on that side, so he can't name the object that he holds.
Thank you, Doctor. Eli, again with your left hand, would you please feel the objects in front of you and tell me which one goes with the object you've been holding? Can you tell me what you're holding now?
I don't know.
Would you please switch hands? Now what are you holding?
Matches.
Thank you, Eli. You can take your blindfold off now. Doctor.
With the object in his right hand, he was able to get the message to the left side of his brain and find the word for them. Of course, when the blindfold comes off, his sense of sight becomes a communications link between the two halves of his brain, and the disconnection symptoms disappear.
So the split brain syndrome we've seen here only occurs under controlled situations, is that correct?
Yes. In his everyday life, Eli has very little awareness of the fact that his brain is split.
Thank you, Doctor. I have just one further question for Mr. Rhodes. Do you ever regret having had this surgery?
Your Honor, with all due respect.
No, Mr. Goodman. I'll hear it.
I wasn't like most epileptics, who can lead pretty normal lives, except they can't drive. I couldn't do anything normal. My seizures would hit me a couple times a day at least. You people can't understand what that's like, except for Kellen. This operation gave me a life. I don't have any regrets, not even a second thought.
Thank you, Eli. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Eli! Eli? You got a minute?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we didn't have that much time this morning. I just wanted to ask you, what's it like?
What do you mean, the surgery?
Yeah, what's it like waking up with a split brain?
Well, the first couple of days I couldn't talk, and the whole left side of my body wouldn't move. I acted pretty infantile.
Is that normal? I mean, considering.
Yeah, that's disconnection. It didn't take me very long to get over it, though.
What was it like after everything was healed?
You're not going to feel half as different as everybody else is going to treat you.
What do you mean?
It's incredible how many people treat you like you've had an IQ transplant or something.
Why would anybody think the operation makes you any smarter?
Lots of people think seizures make you stupid.